Forza Motorsport 7 is a big improvement when you compare it to its predecessor. Turn 10 has upped the number of cars and tracks, fine-tuned multiple progression systems, beefed up the visuals offering a more visceral driving experience, and added a new variable weather system. In Forza Motorsport 7, simulation racing fans are getting more of a good thing. There's not many places that Turn 10 can take this series at this point. They've reached a level of visual fidelity and driving feel that is unparalleled. There's really no big deviation from the traditional formula that's taken root in the last few entries of the series. If there's a big headline about this game, it's that Forza 7 is an incredible looking racer. This is easily one of the best looking games of the generation, even on current consoles. Building off of an already solid foundation in which previous entries in the series introduced things like night racing and rain, this game couples that with the largest number of tracks and cars the series has ever seen. You'll see races where day turns to night, night turns to day, sunny skies turn to torrential downpours on any track. And this performs the illusion that there's even more content in this game than what's in the box. Sure, if you play enough Forza 7 you'll see the same track twice, but in your first 20 to 30 hours with the game, it certainly doesn't feel like it. At launch, Forza 7's biggest feature is the Forza Drivers Cup. It's similar to previous career modes in the series where there are multiple classes that must be unlocked by completing events. Each of the 6 championship series feature unique racing circuits where you'll need to use certain types of cars to compete in them. As you might expect, the earlier championships feature lesser vehicles and you work your way up to the more powerful classes in the game. Where racing career modes have faltered, in my opinion, is in this structure. It's just not fun to play with some of the cars in the early stages of your career. Forza 7 somewhat remedies this with showcase events that allow you to get behind the wheel of more powerful vehicles earlier in the game and then lets you earn them to put them in your collection. Outside of those trophies you'll be earning for completing these races, there are multiple progression systems at work in the single-player side of Forza 7. The game still works on a system of currency that you need to earn to purchase vehicles. It's earned simply by racing and can be bolstered through a mod system that was in the previous game. Forza 7 is constantly rewarding you with something, but making you pick between things like currency to purchase vehicles, free cars or deep discounts on them, and driver gear. The other progression element here is a collection system that levels as you purchase vehicles. The more vehicles you purchase, the better vehicles you gain access to. With 5 tiers of vehicles to collect, there's certainly no shortage of things to drive in Forza 7. And Turn 10 has never had a problem with the driving systems of this series. It's been getting better and better with each iteration, but Forza 7 feels like a big step forward from previous entries. The sights, sounds, and feedback from the controller come together to form a more visceral experience this time around. There's a sense of danger that Turn 10 manages to convey in this game, and it boils down to the incredible sense of speed that Forza 7 has. This effect is created in part by the visual shaking of the camera in the most intense driving moments, and then reinforced through both the sound of the car and feedback in the controls. It almost feels like you're out of control at times. It's probably what it feels like to be peeling down a straightaway at 180 miles per hour in a supercar. Racing against a computer does still feel very much like racing against a computer. Still implementing the Drivatar system, it's not really clear just how much the actual habits of a person is in the logic of the AI. The computer drivers pull off some amazingly stupid maneuvers that no driver in real life would do. Sacrificing their own race to put you into a wall, piling up on the first corner of every race, giving you that gentle nudge that puts you into a wall every time you're a little too close. These things have been in Forza for a while, and multiple difficulty settings don't really remedy it. The racing is good at the front of the pack, but getting there takes being an expert at bouncing off of your competition. The game does do a good job of getting you into a fun difficulty level to play. Not entirely new for the series, there are a number of different AI levels. The game will prompt you to give them a go if it sees you're rarely in competitive races. You can mix and match this AI difficulty with a myriad of options for yourself. You can turn off or on different types of assistances that make it easier or harder to navigate the track. The harder you make it, the more XP and currency you'll earn. Forza 7 can be both a hand-holding casual experience or an all-out simulation, depending on the settings you choose. For the die-hard Forza fans, there's also all of that customization that the game is known for. Cars can be tuned and upgraded with tons of different options. At launch, this one is a work in progress. Forza 7 really only has a handful of modes to choose from, with Turn 10 promising more to come. The aforementioned Forza Championship is the main draw, and it's got more than enough content to keep you busy in racing and collecting. Online multiplayer features the Hopper system again, with numerous races featuring different car classes to jump into. You can either use cars from your collection or rentals for the race. Multiplayer racers are still what you think they are. It's a bunch of people slamming into each other hoping to make it to the finish first. Online leagues will also be returning to Forza 7, but at this point they're currently unavailable and we're not really sure what they're going to contain. Like previous games, Turn 10 will be incorporating Forzathon events into the game, and these are timed with various challenges that are themed. Of course, there are other things to do in Forza 7. You can free play local split screen, or take on rival challenges. But another big omission at launch, a feature that is coming later, is the auction house. Just how it will function, we're not sure, as it's not available yet. But if it's anything like previous Forza games, it's a feature that added a lot of depth to the game in allowing players to tune cars, design paint jobs for them, and then sell them to the highest bidder. Forza 7 is definitely chock full of content with more on the way. It's hard to knock it for what's here right now. Whether or not multiplayer, leagues, the auction house, and the other features that aren't currently in the game can keep players around once they've finished the excellent single-player career is a bit of a mystery. If little has been changed from Forza 6 in terms of leagues and multiplayer, it could very well end up feeling stale after you've collected all the cars there are to have. That said, it's hard to point out a better looking, better playing racer with more options than are currently available in this game. Turn 10 turned in their biggest game in terms of tracks and cars and features for Forza 7, and it very well may be their best one yet.